Good afternoon, everyone. Welcome to my channel. I'm MaryAnne. Thank you for tuning in today. Welcome to your Sun Sign Love Connection readings for today. Today's featured sign is the last sign of the zodiac, Pisces. Thank you for your patience, Pisces. You know, I say that, and yet I really believe fully that Pisces are okay with being last. I don't even think it phases you. I think you're that caring and selfless and just generous, easygoing a lot of times, you know, going with the flow, watery, perceptive, incredibly intuitive, and so creative. Such a creative and beautifully artistic, I don't know, giving, emotional, just loving, you know, selfless soul that you are. And I love reading for you. And I'm excited because, well, today is April 12th. So we had the new moon in Aries yesterday, but for some places it just occurred today, you know, depending on where you're located in the world. And it's such a beautiful, uplifting, and wonderful, wonderful new moon that we have every year. And it is in Aries, was in Aries, still is in Aries, until tonight. Is it tonight or was it just later this afternoon? Forgive me. I try to memorize, but sometimes I'm not keen or so great on that. But we will be moving into Taurus. But I think it still is for a little while longer. And yeah, brilliant, bold, fiery, passionate, desiring, you know, change and starts and beginnings and pioneering, you know, ingenious, new, fresh things. All of that comes to the forefront with this beautiful new moon in Aries. And what you write down, what your intentions are. I did light my beautiful new moon intentions candles for everybody yesterday and the readings, which were for the featured sign of Aquarius yesterday. And yeah, it's just the real deal. It gives us that innovation and that desire to move forward, boy. We've had a lot going on, and we'll continue to, right? That's life. But there's just something so very bold and brilliant about this new moon. And it can last upwards of 6 months for everybody that's alive and feeling it, okay? And I know everybody feels it on some degree. I'm going to pull right now your roll for spirit-guided information for your highlighted connection for today, Pisces. And with that, I then will read the three major categories for this particular highlighted connection. Let me find out what it is first. I'm serious. It's so amazing. I mean, it's like, excuse me, the energy is exactly that, right? Energy is what we feel. Energy is what pulls us or prods us or pushes us, and all the things that, you know, literally are happening because we're all energy. And in the last 3 or 4 days, when I go to toss for the highlighted connection for any of the featured signs, it's always pointing to Aries right now. It's so brilliant. We have the sun and the moon in Aries. We have Mercury in Aries for a few more days. Venus, you know, planet of love and passion and relationships and connections, which is what's so perfect for, you know, reading a love connection message to you. But a lot of Aries, a lot of fire, a lot of ambition. And then we have Mars, the ruling planet of Aries, which is fire and warrior and, you know, combative a lot of times. I must say that. I've sensed that. I'm feeling that too. And people having to just kind of take a second before they respond or react. And whereas I don't see you, Pisces, as being on the attack a lot of times, a lot of Pisces I know are very, very intelligent, strong, and, you know, very capable of standing on their own 2 feet and speaking their truth, okay? And I love that. Then there's some that are, you know, because there's a spectrum here, like with every sign. The Pisces is a mutable sign, so there's the ability to adapt, and like the chameleon, they say, of the zodiac, where you can be in different circumstances. You're very impressionable. You can take on people's energies very easily, something to be very watchful of during your lifetime, because it's an empathic, you know, type of gift. And that's all very well and good unless you take on too much or you take on the energies that will wear you down and your energy itself. So keeping those boundaries and doing those special rituals or blessings, whatever it is you do to kind of ground yourself and be as present as possible to ward things like that off. But yeah, you have this, we have the ability to take in, if we choose, the energies that are there for us, because they're always going to come and go. And then at the same time, it's one of those things where I'm totally losing my train of thought, which is very much like a Pisces in a lot of ways. Now I have, and that's not an insult, I have a Pisces rising. So no, I do not have an adult or attention deficit disorder. I feel like I do it sometimes. There's a lot happening at once. I'm picking up on things all at once. And it's really a matter of focusing. But a lot of the energies have been focusing towards Aries. It's totally understandable, but I'm going to pick another one because I don't believe that's what you need to be. And I just read for Aries as well. So I have to be as fair as possible. Let's give it another try for you. And there we have it. There we have Aquarius. If it's not Aries, it's Aquarius. Predominance being that we have a lot of air qualities that are going to continue for the next 20 years and then, of course, onward. But with predominance in the air signs, which is our mind, which is our thoughts, which is communication and connection. And you love all of that. The air signs just do it in a different way than you, Pisces. So let me double check to make sure I'm not, because I like a certain span of time between the highlights so that it's more fair for everybody. But bear with me as I look over my notes here. And what I see is the last Aquarius was actually with, I read for Aquarius and now I just read for Aquarius yesterday in Aries. That's why I was saying I can't do the Aries a second time. But the last highlighted was actually Libra and Aquarius. So that's been a while. So Pisces, we're going to read with you as your highlighted connection as Aquarius. And I love it. You both are right next to each other on the zodiac wheel. You actually kind of resonate with each other because it's that osmosis of being that close. But the reality is, as the 12th sign, you pretty much pick up on all the elements and all the energies because you're that wise soul in the zodiac, okay? And like I said, you can be many things. You can be extremely diversified and changeable. And you can be moody and totally understandable. The water tends to be that way. There's a lot of feeling that gets involved. And you have the times that you're extremely happy. And then sometimes when you feel really, just extremely, sentimental. And, you get greatly affected by things that are happening that aren't happy in the world because you want to see everybody happy and you want to be a big reason for that. You're going to go out of your way to generate that around you whenever you can and to be of service. I think that's the key words I think about with Pisces. Now, the thing about Aquarius is that they are like that too. They just want to be able to think everything through and strategize and be logical about it and stuff. And with Pisces, it's like, it's so abstract. It's what's happening. It's what you're in tune to, right? With Aquarius, air, it's like focused, right? Education, expansion of the mind, ideas, continuum, just growth and new ideas, especially with Aquarius, and being ruled by Uranus, which is complete unpredictability, surprises, unexpected events, life-altering situations that come from nowhere, and just that freedom-seeking, non-constrictive energy, right? That's what's going on with Aquarius. You love that too, though. That's very much why I think you have a really beautiful kind of simpatico energy between the two of you. There is a sense of freedom for both of you. You don't like to be confined either. And you absolutely, most of the time, I find, are really good at having your own businesses, your own, and being an artist a lot of times, that makes sense too, having your own schedule, being able to have your downtime with this amazing amount of energy of empathy and sympathy that comes and runs through you at all times, and the picking up of feelings and energies, it's a lot. So yeah, definitely both independent. Aquarius is a fixed sign. So they're very, very set and determined in their desires and their goals. I like that a lot though, because you can be more flexible about that. Not that you're not. I mean, when you have your mindset to something, Pisces, you're a workaholic a lot of times. I'm not going to lie. I don't even like using that word, but you won't stop until you, I mean, it's just in your nature to just going and keeping it going and moving and, you know, and just generating more of this energy to move towards what you want and to build and to, you know, expand as well. Your ruling planet now, more modernly, Pisces, is that of Neptune. So that kind of puts an interesting twist on things. And it just happens to be that Neptune is in your sign for a while longer. I don't know exactly how long. I want to say 2026. It's been in your sign for a good couple plus years. That can bring a lot of beautiful creativity, but it can bring a lot of illusion, okay? Seeing things in one light when they aren't really actually happening in that way at all. Neptune being the undergod world, the god of the underworld. Just, you know, things we don't see but feel, and the currents of life, and, you know, kind of very much creative, but I would say fantasy comes into mind, and deception a lot of times, you know, rosy colored glasses, which really makes sense for a lot of Pisces, I think, of just wanting to see the best in everything. And being sorely disappointed and when it's not that way. I mean, they really get affected by discord and, you know, confrontation and a lot of what's happening in the world right now. It hit them hard, I think. But they are able to regenerate, rejuvenate, and to find their core and their inner peace very well as well. So that's a beautiful combination to be able to work with this Aquarian energy and Pisces energy together. And, you know, Aquarius is about helping everybody and everything as well. Very sociable, very kind, wants to be fair, generous, you know, very, very heart-centered as well. So it's a really wonderful combination. I could see why Spirit wanted that to come up. But like I said, we have a predominance right now of air, and we have Jupiter, the benevolent, beautiful, expanding, you know, energy that Jupiter brings us in the sign of Aquarius for the first time in 12 years. And that used to be your historical ruling planet. So I think you still carry that with you. That's just my own personal opinion. You know, you've got the Jupiter, but you've also got the Neptune. So there's this luck, this wheel of fortune kind of, you understand the changes and how there are cycles and things that come around, and it feels like it's moving in the right direction now, and certainly for Aquarians. So being around that energy, it rubs off on you. There's nothing wrong with that. It's who we hang out with, right? And so, yeah, this is really good. Trying to think of what else right now between the two of you, other than to say that you can learn a lot. There's definitely going to be a lot of very deep, fulfilling, enriching conversations, especially now with, you know, the Aquarius predominance with the Jupiter, an expansion of information coming in, having to do with medicine when it's Uranus ruled. Definitely inventions, technology is huge. A way to expand our knowledge, basically, and sharing that. And then, what was I going to say? Oh, and Saturn, forgive me. So we got Saturn and in Aquarius as well. So there's this kind of constant back and forth, if you will, of freedom and, like I said, expansion and growth and non-conformity when it comes to Jupiter, with the absolute opposite of Saturn being structured and taskmaster, right? And focused and constricting, and just like, this is what has to happen for you to improve and to get to where you need to be, you know, and cutting out some of the frills and extravagances. Just this freedom versus conformity. Freedom versus conformity is what you're going to hear, and that's very true for the energies that Jupiter and Saturn can convey or, you know, send to everybody, you know. And so, yeah, it's an interesting time, but there's that beautiful sense of finding that balance, which we need to anyway, you know. That's, but also feeling really positive about it and knowing that in the end, even with Saturn, it's absolutely for our highest good, and definitely keep us on track. So for example, if you're taking a new course or starting a new job and you're needing to learn and study things, it's phenomenal supportive energy for that. So I feel that that's a lot of what's happening with this new moon too, and it can last for 6 months, like I said, anywhere from, you know, when it happened yesterday to the next 6 months. So I'm excited to hear a lot of the comments as to what is acquired and what is coming through for a lot of the subscribers that I have. And if you have subscribed, thank you so much. I really, truly appreciate you. You know, it's been an interesting, beautiful journey, and it is about the journey for me. And I'm going to keep doing it because Spirit has made it very clear to me that this has been a passion and a hobby and something I actually get paid for doing. And I do readings actually at my my massage therapy business as well. But it's just becoming more evident that this is what I'm meant to do, and hopefully evolve and improve and help as many people as I can to maybe understand things a little differently, you know, or a little better as I continue to learn, you know. And that's my gift to you and what I'd like to be able to have happen for everybody that's watching. So if this particular connection isn't really making sense to you, Pisces, and you don't know of an Aquarius right now, I would say it's predominantly because we're in the energy of Aquarius and you're just really, like you normally do, you're absorbing it, you're feeling it, you're really picking up on that. You're very capable of understanding and recognizing and psychically and intuitively understanding the trends and what's happening with the energies. So, and then I go on to pull a rune that kind of just, when I read the 3 messages for you, the rune will, I like to call it the cherry on the sundae, where it just kind of culminates the reading for you. And then I go into the 2 oracle messages for every single Pisces and every one of your connections, okay? This is the beginning of the month, you know, or first half of the month readings, and then I go right into the second half. So do come back if you're interested in your resonating at all, and it may take some time. Not everybody resonates right away, because it'll just be a continuum of the story. So the first category is always about, you know, the overall energy and what brought you here, the catalyst, if you will. And I just got this incentive and, you know, spirit guided message to pull out my Gil Tarot deck, which I haven't used for probably over 6-7 months or more. I've gotten so many beautiful decks, but I love this one, and I was asked to use it, so I'm going to. I love the illustrations. It's very straightforward, and it does have numerology in it too, so certain cards just have the number on it, and that's very significant too, as numerology is this huge and essential part of life. Numbers are everything. And you know what your first card is, which I absolutely love for you. And it's so perfect. It isn't a word that I use, but it's so fitting for you and your whole energy, Pisces. And the word is inspiration. And it looks to me like it's the King of Cups, of course. And there you're the 2 fists representing you. So there's a lot of beautiful, beautiful new moon energy for inspiring and inspiration and your intentions, like I said, and you're feeling it. And it's really helpful because the fire and water together can be quite intense and quite, you know, quite dramatic even at times. And drama brings on change. It brings on evolution, you know. I mean, if it's used in the right way, it can be exactly what's necessary to bring on something really, really magically creative or inspirational. So this is absolutely perfect for you. And the king is the maturity of the king is the most, right? This is somebody who's very content with who they are, how they feel, and the ability to share their feelings and be vulnerable, right? Because when it comes to love and connections with ourselves, the more vulnerable, the better. I mean, that's what people really are drawn to, I think. You know, the authenticity is essential in relationships and communication. So that's where I really feel like this Aquarian energy for you is making a lot of sense, because I think a lot of Pisceans are amazing at speaking and their intellect, very intelligent sign. And they share it through the mediums of, you know, art and writing and poetry and music and various things. But sometimes there's such a psychic knowing with Piscean that they don't necessarily say it. They just know it, so they feel like others know that they do, or that maybe others should just understand what they're thinking, and I don't know, but there's a lot of variables there. But yeah, being able to feel really a lot more confident now, maybe with this beautiful new moon influence, in speaking your truth, in bringing it out, and leveling up, as they say. But look at that beautiful card, and the colors and whatnot. That's gorgeous. Very watery, right? You know, with the watery comes a lot of emotion, and I always feel emotional when I'm reading for Pisces. I do. New moons and full moons bring emotion, though, I think. It just brings more light, or, you know, revelations, I think, a lot of times, especially because the moon sign versus the sun sign, which I'm reading now, is really all about that. It's our internal side. It's the way we feel and how we express and how we really are, how we react, the deepest part of us. So the second card is always in categories about the possible blessings or obstacles. So I love this beautiful beginning. Let's see where the story goes. And you have prosperity. Well, with the inspiration and the divine guidance and allowance that you're making happen for yourself and allowing, is just going to bring such incredible new and abundant, prosperous energy. The 10, you know, the most. I want to say it looks like the 10 of Pentacles, because, you know, that has to do with the tree of life, the grounding of ourselves, you know, our chakra, our sacral chakra, being present, and that's essential for air and for water, to feel that grounded sensation. Because sometimes, especially with Piscean, you can be spiritually out there and just like at all times kind of in that zone of, you know, the world and the universe and just all that is and being. And it's good to be brought down to earth like that, but you are capable, boy. You can do anything, you know, and this is what it's showing with that inspired energy that's being brought to you, and the way you choose to use it in the highest good is going to bring such beautiful, tangible, wonderful, materialistic things. And that doesn't necessarily matter to a lot of Pisceans, but it is important. And, you know, you do have to live, and you want to be comfortable. And most of the time, even if it's not important to you, you'll end up giving it to someone else anyway. So there's that. Someone's going to benefit, right? But that's a beautiful, beautiful message too. And 10 is the new cycle. That's always the beginning in numerology, right? So I like where this is going so far. And I hope you're feeling this way. I genuinely do. Because there's just magic. There's magic available at all times. And that's what I feel so very well. And by the way, everything is still forward. You know, all the planets are forward. So that's even more reason for the momentum to build and pick up. And just start putting all those pieces together in the way that feels right for you. Obvious, son of a gun. Then we have under the category of finances. Interesting. Oppression. It's another 10 though. And that's what I love about this. You've got 2 10s, which is actually 2, which is partnership and love and everything that matters greatly to you. Although you can be very independent. We are reading for love connections. And the oppression is the 10 of Wands. And this has just been a lot of fiery energy from the universe, from within, to keep yourself motivated and feeling sometimes like you don't even know if you can continue, right? It seems as though at every turn you're having to put out more energy, you're having to put out maybe more fires, legitimately. You feel like you've taken on more than you could probably handle a lot of times. And I understand that, and I know, and I personally have gotten there too. And the next thing you know, you sit for a little while, you go out to the garden, you get fresh air, you know, you're quiet, which is essential, like I said, for you and water signs in general. And then there you go again with that ability to move through it and move past it and bring in the inspiration again. And that's what's going on. So this is ending. This is realizing I do not have to approach it in this way. I don't have to perceive it as being as hard as it is. That's really in my mind, and it's really up to me. And let's face it, Aquarian and air signs, they're in their mind all the time. So between the two of you, with the thoughts and the feelings, it's a wonderful, harmonious way that you can both connect and converse with each other to kind of work things out and to equal things out. But this doesn't have to happen in regards to finances. If there's been a stop, and I know there has been. I mean, I'm a living person that hears things whether I want to or not at times. I'm also experiencing most of the things that I speak about. And yeah, changes in people's finances is coming. There's definitely help that's been happening, and it's taken a while. And I know you felt like, oh my gosh, I'm on my own here. A lot of times, not the case. You are absolutely being helped. This energy alone will move things forward probably more quickly than you think. So this is beautiful, okay? And, just realize you can delegate stuff out. You really don't have to take everything on yourself. I'll leave these right here for now. And even just thinking and knowing that is going to make things quite a bit more peaceful and tranquil for you. And that's an important thing right now. It is for everybody. But when you feel that way, you exude that and you help others in your path. I'm going to, like I said, finish this particular reading with this one rune that I'm adding now, because I absolutely love the runes and the intelligence and wisdom that they've carried throughout centuries. And so you have, I have not gotten this that I know of. I'm gonna get my little cheat sheet back here, and it looks like a bolt of lightning to me. That's all I can express. And so I'm gonna look in the back and see what number it is, and then I read to you the words and the time that this generally relates to. So we check it out here. It can't be that difficult. For some reason, my mind's wanting to go to Z because it looks like a Z, but I have found it, and it's solo, SOWELO. And it is number 16, which is a 7, and that's working through our difficulties, working through our fears. We all have them. So that I will put it on the center card, as I always do, for possible blessings or obstacles, so the prosperity can come through. And we don't diminish that in any way. And then I'm going to read to you, like I said, what this has to say. It's really more on the side. I had it up and down, but it's more of a squiggly line. And so what it says for number 16 is, I'm looking for the English. Okay, it says the time frame is, nope, I'm not on the right one. I apologize. I have to go back one more because it's not in our language. It has several languages. You can read it. All right, here we go. The sun. Ooh, it's the sun. Interesting. I don't remember ever seeing one that had a specific, I don't think it has. The sun is the most brilliant, beautiful, positive, affirmation of self and creativity in the deck. And there you go. That's what Soilo is. I'll figure out what that is. I apologize. I'll go to some of the professionals and find out the way to pronounce these. Well, it's the period between February 27th and from February 12th, which is during Aquarius season, on to Pisces. So there you go. There we have both the Aquarian. I love spirit so much. This is so perfect for like I said, the period at the end of this reading for the Aquarius and beautiful Pisces connections out there, because it's reading about this time period being very important. And we just passed that. We were in a retrograde. We're about to approach another one, I know. Mercury retrograde at the very end of May through June 21st or something like that. But the wording here is response, energy, success, Genius, that's what I get with Aquarian. Like I said, that genius, that newness, the innovators, the rebels, the movers and shakers to start something new, break out of the box kind of thing. And then you have activity, self-control, self-mastery, victory over intrigues and passions. Okay, so I get that. I mean, intrigues are these, to me, when I hear intrigue, I think of, to be honest, my family. There was a big family, and it's just this intrigue, this hearsay, gossip, things that, you hear from outside when you know within yourself that that's not necessarily how you feel or what you believe, and making yourself aware of that first and foremost, but then standing strong with what's right for you, okay? And then all these other beautiful words and elements will come forth. What a beauty. See, it's the sun. I mean, it's everything there. Self-control is important. Self-mastery. These are the things that we can control. We need to do that. I think it'd be great if more people did, myself included. It's a work of art. It's a constant, work in progress. But it can be done. And I absolutely love that reading. It's beautiful. And it makes sense because this energy is absolutely positive for us. And even when you're not feeling 100%, I have things I'm still working through. I'm not going to lie. I've been through a few things, and I'm okay. I'm in a different perspective. I wrote out my intentions for the new moon, and it's a change of attitude for me, a lot of it, and just kind of really releasing and letting go and allowing are really coming to the forefront for me. So maybe those are some suggestions I can give to you if you're feeling a little bit stuck still. I'm going to read to you now, though, the 2 oracles that have to do with every single Pisces and every one of your connections, because I know you have a lot of connections. You are a people person. Even when you're an introvert or shy, you care a great deal about connecting. And you want to bring peace and harmony and love, and not just to those that are close to you, but the world. That's how you perceive life can be. And it has to come from somewhere, because you're an old soul. You've lived many lives. So you've probably seen this, and you know that it's what can be. And it can take a while, but it can absolutely happen. So this is the wisdom of the oracle message for you. And I love this. This is by Colette Reed. She's amazing. And so let's see what specifically you have today, Pisces. And you have new life. God. 10, inspiration. What do you want to bring your life? What new way do you want to transform? Because you are that chameleon. I said that from the beginning. And it kind of feels good because everybody needs that, whether they know it or not. Yes, we get very comfortable in our routines. I'm one of those people, but I'm also one of those people who I'm like, what if I added that? Or what if I tried that? If I told you, all of you watching right now, how many jobs I've had, you wouldn't believe me. But yes, I am one of those people that I've been a massage therapist for 20 years this year, and I've worked with special needs for, another 20 added on to that, different times, sometimes at the same time, of course. And I've done tarot and readings for 30, 40 years now. Well, astrology compatibility I've studied since I was 12. But yeah, the point is that I've always welcomed and tried things in the mix with the others. Because we can. Why not? And look at this gorgeous, gorgeous, beautiful illustration. It's just this waking up kind of like, oh, yeah. I could do that as well in purple. I mean, that's heavenly blessed right there. New life. I've never picked this card. And it's number 39. And that's 12, and that's 3. And 3 is about, cooperation and perfecting and growing and, mastering. Once again, which is what the rune mentioned to you. When you're good at something, you can continue to get good at it. You can always learn. Well, let me read to you what it says specifically, though, too, because I always like to read the actual messages that come through, but I love it already, and it's so beautifully in line with what's been said so far for your reading. But 39, and what we have here is, that's 31, got a little ways to go, 36, my age, a long time ago, Oops, here's 40, so we're getting very, very close. 38, thank you for your patience. If you have not subscribed and you are feeling this and you want to be a part of my channel and support me, please push that subscribe button and like and share and maybe the notification bell, because I change the times depending on when I'm working, which feels really good to say, by the way. For so long I wasn't saying that. I'd love to have you be a part of this, and it's really beautiful for me to share these messages and to hear your comments and interactions. It means a lot. So I just thought I'd put that out there. Okay, essential meaning: birth of new ideas, growth, opportunities, a breath of fresh air, life renewing itself. Who even saying that just changes my energy and makes me feel incredibly inspired. The oracle message, though, is when spring awakens the world. Can you believe that? It's right in spring. It's just exactly in time, because that's Aries season anyway. They started the spring. Aries season presents the new year in astrology. So we're at the beginning again, folks. And I like that too. I'll take this new beginning right now, personally. When spring awakens the world, joy and excitement can be felt all around in your very core. Blossoms burst through trees overnight. Birds return home and sing their glorious song, which I absolutely love every day. Honestly, I revel in that. It's a simple thing that I love so much. And nature is full of promise. Miracles beckon on all of us. This is one of those times in your life when new ideas inspire you. Inspiration. And new opportunities bring you hope for seeing your dreams come true. All is well in your world, and you have the energy you need to feel renewed. That's so important. We've got the energy coming for us. Let's use it to the best of our ability. Alrighty, so allow your heart to fill with enthusiasm. You know how that is. You do that so well. Let your light shine, for this is a time of good fortune. Yes. And I don't know what that means to you specifically, but I know that you are on the right track, and this is a phenomenal reading, and it should be, because you absolutely deserve it. And I'm excited for you. I'll finish with your super attractor manifestation message, where you can feel your life into existence that you want. And you literally feel it, and you know how to do that. You've been doing it your whole life. You're extremely good at manifesting. I've learned a thing or two from many Pisceans. And yeah, we can just keep doing that and just making sure that it is the manifestation we want, you know, and being still and honest and true with ourselves about that. So your particular card today, beautiful Pisceans, in ending your reading is, it's green for heart, which is what you're about, the heart chakra. It's good to feel good, isn't it? Oh my gosh. And we get to choose that at any moment. I hope you're choosing that. I hope you're feeling good this very moment. You will continue to just build upon that. And I'm grateful to have been here. I hope you enjoyed this, and just honestly, be you the way you do so well, and take good care of yourself. I hope you'll come back for your mid-month reading. It'll be, you know, another 12 signs, so, or 11, because you're the 12th. Take care. I love you so much. I appreciate you. Until next time, bye for now.